Hey guys, I'm Charbria Shine and welcome back to Max Out Girl. Starting our love series. This is our Galentine's Day episode, so I'm so excited because we all know that Galentine's is about celebrating women, the friendships, the gal pals in your life, and we are also celebrating our 100th episode of Max Out Girl. Well, my Max Out Girls! Yes, you hear those lovelies in the background because we are live at our Galentine's Day event. They looking good. We're going to show y'all some pictures, okay? So if y'all listening, y'all going to have to go to YouTube so y'all can see them when I put them on because they looking good. They got on pink. They got on red. Somebody came in with all white, sparkling. Woo, they doing a dang on thing today, okay? So we are just excited to be here. So we just talked about Galentine's friendships. And so this month, the love series is all about self-love, but also in relationships. And how many know part of self-love is loving yourself, right? Protecting your peace. And a lot of times that's about wondering and keeping those people around you that are encouraging, uplifting. And we've been talking a good talk today. A lot of women have had success in their relationships. They said because of communication, right, ladies? Communication, being able to ebb and flow through the seasons of life. So we played a fun game. We had scenarios and they gave me a red flag if it was a red flag to the relationship or a pink flag if they felt like, it depends, how we handle the situation. So we had a lot of fun conversation, but I kind of just want to talk about it a little bit. First of all, you got to love yourself. We're talking about self-love because if you don't know how valuable you are, you'll settle for any type of person in your life, any type of relationship, whether that's friendship, dating, marriage, but you have to know that you have value, you have purpose, that you're worthy of love and respect, right? You have to know that you have value. So the people that are around you should not be draining you, should not be depleting you, but adding to you. Now, it's not all about just taking, but also give and take, right? You want to have a mutual relationship. So ladies, how many of you guys feel like in a relationship, if you're always feeling drained, every time you talk to them, every time you see them, that it's kind of time to reevaluate this friendship? What do y'all think? Yeah, give me a hand to clap if you feel like yes. Yeah, I would agree. And we kind of talked about that. Communication is key if you're feeling like that's the case, or if you have a friend that's a Debbie Downer, always negative, always complaining. First of all, nobody's perfect, right? We know that. We all have our down days, right? We know that. So you may have a day where you want to vent, or you got a situation and you want to be able to call your girl and talk to her, and you want to have a friend who respects you, loves you, and willing to let you vent and talk to you. But if this friend, every time you call them, hey girl, how you doing? Hey sis, girl, it's been a hard one. Hey girl, how you doing? The devil is busy. Hey girl, how you doing? Something happened to my foot today. Oh, that's my sister. You okay? She hurt her foot. That's okay. We love you, Ty. But, she's not negative. But if there's someone in your life where every time you call them, it's a problem, they might be the problem, right? Now, we know we all have issues, circumstances, situations in our lives, but if they're always negative, you don't need that smoke in 2023, right? We need, with the world that we live in, we need somebody who, they know where we're coming from. We could vibe with them, we could vent to them, but they're going to have something encouraging to lift us up, right? We need that. Like, I need that. If I'm down and I call my sister, I'm like, man, I'm going through this and that. Yeah, you right. Time show is hard. I'm suffering too. Things ain't gonna get better. How you gonna feel when you get off that phone? Like, you're going to feel worse, right? So we want to make sure that we're surrounding ourselves in this new year with people who get us, people who understand, that you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna go through things, but they also can give you a hug or give you that comforting word or say, sis, I'm here for you. I may not know what you're going through, but I'm here for you. If you need me, I got your back, right? If you need me to call you, I'm going to call you, right? If you need prayer, sis, I got you, right? I'm going to pray with you. We need those friends in our life. We need those women in our lives. And I think sometimes we settle because, for me, I was settling because I was like, man, that's been my friend for forever. I can't imagine my life without this person, right? Like, we've been friends forever, so yeah, she might be toxic. Yeah, I've changed or grown in life, and she's not willing to flow with me or to grow with me. But sometimes people are for a season. Sometimes, not everybody, right? Sometimes people are for a lifetime. Like you said, you had one of our guests said she had a friend, they're friends, they've been friends for 40 years, and that's beautiful. But sometimes you have those people in your life that you're like, it was good while it lasted, right? But it's got to go right now. For me to move forward in life, it's a start, it's an ending, right? And that's okay. We don't have to feel guilty about protecting our peace in 2023, protecting our lives, and protecting ourselves and saying, hey, I love you, but I got to put some distance between us. And so I kind of just wanted to talk about that a little bit today, not too long, but just about Galentines, like your girl tribe, who you with, your friends. Some people might say, well, I got a ton of friends. And some people might be like, I got one. It doesn't matter. Whether you got a ton or one, I say one is enough. You got that one ride or die, you good, right? You got that one friend that you could call on, y'all besties or whatever. You know, you just have to find what works for you and for your life. So here are just a few things that we got to watch out for toxic friends. Here we go. And here's some good tips too. Are they happy for you or supportive when great things happen in your life? It is so important for us to have people to celebrate with, right? Is it mutual? Are they a taker? Or is it mutual? It's a give and take friendship. How many ladies in here has ever been around somebody and you feel like they're a leech? Anybody by a clap of hands? A leech. Yeah, it's like they try to suck the very life out of you. I've had people around me like that. What about, like I said earlier, always negative, complaining, or gossiping? Now, let me tell you this. If you're around somebody that's always gossiping, I know sometimes somebody want to spill the tea. We want to spill the tea. But I'm talking about they always gossiping. 9 times out of 10, boo, when you turn your back, they got something to say about you. Okay, now I ain't talking about spilling the tea every now and then, like, girl, let me tell you. I'm talking about every day, all the time. You best to believe when you get off the phone with that person, they probably calling somebody else talking about your business. So you want to be conscious of that. Like, is this a gossiper? Okay. Is your friend manipulative, controlling? So anytime you don't do what they want you to do they get pissed off? Do they get mad? I noticed that. I had a friend in my life. Everything was great. Always was blessing me, going out, having a great time, buying me gifts, just such life of the party. As soon as I told her no about something, one time out of probably 10 years, she changed. She switched it all up. I said, ooh, I didn't know you was like this because I said no about one thing. And it wasn't like no major thing. I was just like, I can't do. It was something. I was like, I can't do that or I couldn't go. I'm like, my goodness. So you mean to tell me I always say yes anyway. We always doing something together, having a great time. But the one time I can't do something, you pissed, like I shot your dog, it's a problem. It's a problem. We going to have to reevaluate this friendship, right? Yeah, it's a problem. Are they jealous and competitive? Now, listen, ladies, I know sometimes we got to check ourselves. Somebody looking good and you might feel insecure. You know, women, we got to work on that, right? We got to be supportive. We got to know that we fabulous, you fabulous, we can all be fabulous, right? It's so many fabulous women in this room today. Come on, clap it up for yourselves. Y'all looking good. Y'all looking good. Yes, y'all looking mighty good. But ain't no need to be jealous. I want all y'all to shine, right? We can all shine. We can all look beautiful. And who want to be around some ugly ducklings? We want to be around people shining, right? If you shining, what's going to happen? That light going to make me shine even better, right? You don't want no darkness around you. So let's learn to lift each other up, uplift, celebrate. How many ladies in here, when you came in, I told you how good you look? That was genuine because I want you to feel good about yourself. And we should do that for each other. We shouldn't be negative or judgmental or hating. And if you feel bad about yourself, work on yourself. Don't put that next woman down because even if you think she looks good or better or whatever, I guarantee you she has some insecurity that she's dealing with herself. So we want to be uplifting to each other. That's part of also celebrating womanhood and friendship. Uplift, love on each other. Because we all know right now it's a lot of negativity in our world. A lot. A lot of people are getting what? Depressed, suicidal, not making it, giving up. But we have to be that light to say, hey, girl, you can make it. Hey, girl, you look beautiful. Hey, girl, what's up with you today? I noticed you're not yourself. Hello, we're here to be a blessing to each other, right? So if they're jealous or competitive, it's okay to talk to them, right? Talk about it. But after a while, if you see that that's just who they are, it's probably good to just distance yourself from that person. Distance yourself. All right. is it always about them? When we did the red flag activity, we did an activity where I said anytime you had something good to say or good in your life, they cut you off, they shut you down, and they start talking about themselves. Now, we had a few people say, well, that's okay. And sometimes it could happen unintentionally because we're human. I have to make sure, my husband tell you, y'all pray for me. I'll be cutting him off. He'd be like, baby, dang, I can't even get my sentence out. But it's not like a hater move. That's just really something I got to work on, right? As women, we sometimes like to talk. So I'm working on that. So yeah, talk to your friend about that. But if it's constant, then it's like, okay, you don't care about me. You don't ever want to hear about me. I had a friend that I went out with them. And first of all, I love to hear other people's issues and problems because I want to help, right? I want to listen. I want to encourage. I'm a motivator. I love that. But then I started to notice I can never get a word in, like ever. Our friendship has gone on for a while. And if I start talking about something I'm going with, you know, or going through, then they cut me off and it's about them again. Now, I'm not too sensitive, so I took it. Because in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe she's really struggling through some things, right? And that's okay. But if you're suffering in a relationship, then you have to say, hey, girl, I'm really going through something, and I want to be able to talk to you about it. Can you listen? You see what I'm saying? It's all about, as you said earlier, communication. And you'll know if they really care about you or not. Because if they don't, you'll know. They ain't going to listen. It's still going to be about them. And it's like what you said went straight over their heads. So here is something about being a good friend. Because it's so easy to complain about what our friends aren't doing. But what about us? Look at us. And I will say my sister, who is a social worker and a therapist, has helped me a lot. Like, you know, I'll go to her with certain issues. And it's so funny because I always say, you know how sometimes they say people need therapy? And I said, all these years, I ain't never went to therapy. And then I said, well, duh, stupid. Your sister a therapist. You thought you wasn't going to therapy. Hello. The light bulb went off. All these years I would call her and vent, and she would give me advice. And I'm like, technically, I know she's not my therapist, and she can't be my therapist because she's my family. But technically, those therapeutic skills were already there. So she was helping me through things. And so she was helping me see, like, it's not always about the other person. Look at yourself. A lot of times, too, you have to grow through these friendships. You have to learn. If you're having an issue with a friend, I'm going to go back to what you said earlier. Communicate. Talk to them. You can't just bash this friend and you have not gone to them to try to work through the issue. Because they may not even know they're doing it. Or they may have trauma they're working through, right? Because we all have something we're working through, right? And so to be a good friend, consider your friend's feelings. Consider how they feel, what they think. Are you loyal? Do you talk about your friends behind their back? All right? With ill intent. Because sometimes we might ask, like I might tell my sister, this is going on, such and such, you know, what should I do? But I'm not telling my friend's business. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gossiping about them. We shouldn't do that because what if you tell somebody something and then now they spread it to everybody? Would you want somebody to do that to you? No, you wouldn't. Be honest with your friend. If you got an issue, be honest with that issue. Be humble. How many of you guys, by a clap of hands, are okay with apologizing to your friends? Oh, shoot. Okay. That's good. That's good because sometimes it can be hard, right? You're like, I ain't wrong. I'm good. I don't need this friendship. No way. Goodbye. But it's good to warm it up and say, okay, yeah, I was wrong. Let me apologize. All right? So make sure you're encouraging and uplifting and supportive. Don't just expect that from your friend, but do that as well. And make sure you're equally yoked. I know you have heard this, and sometimes people talk about this when they're talking about like dating and marriage, but friendships. And let me give you an example. Have you guys ever heard this by a clap of hands? You can have friends for different things. Do you guys know what I mean? Yeah. So, for example, I might have a friend that I know she loves shopping. We shop together. That's really just what we do together. But she don't want to go out to eat, even though I love to eat. So I can have a friend that we like to hang out and go out to eat. So, for example, you have friends for different things, different seasons. I'm married now, newly married, so I have friends that I do a couple things with. And then I have single friends that's like, we ain't talking about men, we not talking about, you know what I'm saying? We're equally yoked. But also, because I hear sometimes people say single and married women can't hang together. I don't think that's true at all. I just think you could be equally yoked. Like if I'm single and then I got a friend who's married who's always talking about sex and this and that, and that's making me want to have sex or do, you know, making me feel bad about my life, you know, I could say, hey, chill out, you know, but if she's constantly doing that, that's not a healthy friendship, right? Or if Or if I'm single or I'm married and my single friend always trying to get me to go to the club and be with other men, is she equally yoked with me? Probably not. If I'm going to hang with my single girls, I need somebody who respect, no, she's married. We can have fun, but she don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going to respect her marriage and her husband. So I just think it's important to be equally yoked. And what I mean by that, having friends that respect your boundaries, point blank, period. Whether you're single, whether you're married, whether it's complicated. Having friends that respect your boundaries. And I love a story that you said earlier, one of our attendees who was like, you know, she's been sober, congratulations, and give her a hand clap. Yes, come on. And some friends may not invite her because they're going to drink or they're going to do this and that, but she's taking a stand. And that's amazing. And sometimes it might hurt because you might feel like, man, I lost a friendship or they're leaving me out because of that. But when you take a stand for your life, that's part of that self-love. Like, either you're going to respect my life and my boundaries, or we just not going to kick it like that. And that's okay, because you'll find people who will love you for who you are and for the standards that you have. So that's pretty much it with the Galentine's Day episode. I kind of just want to talk about friendships. We've been having a good time here at the party. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. And ladies, we have some stuff coming up. Check CharbriaShine.com events. We have our women's empowerments coming up March 3rd. Yes, we have our Women in Purpose Empowerment. April 14th, our 1920s Great Gatsby dinner and live music with a special dance from the Gatsby Girls. Then May 19th, we have a self-love women empowerment. We have all kind of stuff this year going on, so you want to check out the website. Also on the website right now, we have Single and Satisfied, the Single Woman's Guide to Fulfillment. My stage play, Single Woman Chronicles. We also have the Single Woman's Guide to Valentine's Day, the Single Woman's Dating Guide, and the Dating with Intention course. So check it out. Everything's on sale right now because this is the month of love. Woo-hoo, as I love February because of that, because I hate the cold. But because of Valentine's Day, I love February. And not just because you got a boo. You ain't got to have a boo, sis. Love yourself, okay? This is the month of love, to love yourself, empower yourself, love those around you. So as always, y'all know y'all can follow me at Charbria Shine at Max Out Girl. And again, we are celebrating our 100th episode today of Max Out Girl. Woo! So ladies, I hope I said something that encouraged, inspired, and elevated your thinking. And always remember, to Max Out Girl, I'm Charbria Shine. Talk to you next time. Bye, guys. Woo!